All right, so I just got something new in the fitting studio. Let me show you what it is. It's right up here. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm AJ and we are in the EFG fitting studio up by the ceiling because this right here is my new BenQ 4K projector. So this is the BenQ LK936ST projector. This is really kind of top of the line when you're looking at projectors for your golf simulator needs. I mean, this thing basically does everything you can need it to do. Incredible picture, 4K, very versatile, and just really the perfect fit for me in the EFG studio. Now, before we get into this projector specifically, what are the things that I look for when I was picking out a new projector? What are the key things that I think are the most important? Well, first off for me, it's going to be brightness or lumens. For me, the way I like to hit golf balls, the way I like my studio set up, I like plenty of light. I don't want it to feel like a cave with a little spotlight shining down. I want plenty of light, ambient light in the studio. And that means you're going to need a projector that's plenty bright, that has plenty of lumen power. Second thing, obviously, if you're going to have a projector, you want a good picture. That means both a clear picture and it means good color, good contrast, good realistic looking image quality. Now the third thing I look for, and this is where things start to get tricky sometimes, is really ease of installation. How easy is it for me to take that projector and plug it into my setup, my existing setup? How does it fit in with everything else? Now the last thing, besides ease of installation, is also ease of use. How simple is it to use? How simple is it to maintain and just sort of have on a day-to-day basis? All right, so let me show you how this projector sort of fit into all those criteria that I was listing as far as what I was looking for in a new projector. Again, most important thing for me is really brightness. Again, I like a bright room, I like hitting in a bright room, and so I need a projector that has plenty of brightness. This projector is as high as anything I've found on the market, 5,100 lumens. That means it's got plenty of power to give you a good image, even in a room that's lit with basically all the lighting that you see, all the ceiling lights are on right now, and still have plenty of image quality, plenty of brightness. Okay, second up, image quality. And again, this projector being 4K, definitely higher quality picture than my previous projector, which already was pretty darn good. But this one, just a little bit crisper, especially in those areas, the transition areas between the greens and the blues where there's water to grass or grass to sky, those sorts of things. Definitely a little bit cleaner looking. And of course, this is all going onto an impact screen whose primary goal is to catch the golf ball and make sure it doesn't put a hole in your walls. So that being said, if you're going to be using this projector with any sort of actual more movie type screen, the image quality is going to be even better. Now there are other projectors that have, separate modes that you can pick from as far as picture modes, and some are brighter and there's movie and those sorts of things. This BenQ projector also has a golf specific mode that they designed to essentially make the golf experience more immersive, more realistic. So just trying to really get those greens and those blues that you get on the golf course, get them looking as realistic as possible. And I'll show you some images as far as the different settings go. Now you'll have to play around with the settings. I have played around with them. I've got a few that I like. Again, in this setup with a lot of ambient light, I kind of go between a few different ones. Definitely like the golf one, but I also like the presentation mode, which is just one of the stock configurations. And then I also have a custom one that I played around with a little bit to try and tweak it a little bit. I think they all look really good. Again, in this brighter room, they still pop, they still show a lot of color, still looks really good. And if I turn the lights off, well then it's like, wow, it looks amazing, but then you can't see the golf ball, so it's a little bit hard to play. And again, remember, I'm using all these settings in a room that is, again, very well lit. So if you're in a room, in a basement, something like that, that's a little bit darker and maybe you've got a little more directional lighting, I think the images will really pop. Now the other thing, and this is definitely one of the big issues that I find with a lot of projectors is, they all sort of have this idea that you have to build the room around the projector, right? You have to kind of, you're fenced in based on what the projector can do. So you can only put it in certain places. You can only have this projector based on this kind of room, or all sorts of things like that. I was looking for a projector that I could just get all the other things I wanted, and I knew I could just take it, put it where I need to put it, and the image is still going to look great. So this LK936ST basically allows you to do that. It's got a lot of different options on there to get the picture looking great, and regardless of where you need to put it in your room, still give you really high quality image and not feel like you have to rearrange the entire room just to fit the projector. The projector will fit the room and not the other way around. You've got lens shift, and I didn't realize how great that is until I started using it here, which allows you to move the image around physically, moving the lens around to fit into the right angle, fit into the right space where your screen is. And the last thing, reliability. Now, I just got this projector, so obviously I can't speak to its long-term reliability, but it is a laser projector. It does have a laser light source, and if you read anything about projectors, you will know that everything is moving to lasers. They are simpler. The maintenance on them is basically, there is no maintenance. It's just a much simpler system to deal with. And it's rated, they say, for 20,000 hours of light at maximum power output. So that's a lot of golf swings, or movies or TV shows or whatever, but it's a lot of golf swings. Now, if you've got any more specific questions about this BenQ projector and what I think of it, definitely leave those down in the comments below. Or if you have any questions about any of the other stuff I use here in the simulator as far as my fitting setup goes, definitely leave those as well. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please go down below, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you'll be alerted when I post new videos. Of course, you can find me on Instagram at Mobile Club Maker, and I'll see you next time.